About a minute after 9 o'clock, you got yourself aired out, sunshine, and 57 degrees. And I don't know about you, but I don't take it for granted. Driving in the morning, especially with the windows down, just under 60 degrees, wind in the hair, or what's left of it, and sun dub as loud as it'll go on the speakers. Just beautiful. Absolutely. You cannot take mornings like this for granted. Winter's coming, folks. You know it. I know it. Windows down today. No excuse. The humidity is low. It is just, I don't know, perfect. I don't know if it was just my yard last night. Maybe it was your yard too. But the black flies, what's going on? Are they black flies? Are they gnats? What are they? Last night I was trying to play with Lily out in the backyard, and it was just ridiculous. I couldn't deal with it. I mean, they were in the eyes, in the ears, in my hair. I couldn't get them out. I was going like this. They're like burrowing in there. Whew. Black fly. Was it just my house? I messed up my hair. Anyway, good morning. It is day one of the Tunbridge World's Fair. The weather's perfect for it. I mean, it's just incredible. It doesn't get any better. Fog, depending on where you are, is going to be burning off today. Mostly sunny skies, low humidity, 65 degrees. I love this. Tonight, clear and cool and 45, and tomorrow's going to be the pick of the week. Highs around 65 again. Sunshine, mostly sunshine. Rainfall from Hurricane Lee is mostly going to miss Vermont, but gusty winds will be impacting Vermont. It looks like Saturday into maybe Saturday night and maybe even a little bit into Sunday. But the weekend looks great. It looks great. More clouds than sun apparently on Saturday, but Sunday the better of the two. I love it. We're going to chat with Carl Rinker in just a little bit. He's got his huge art splash auction going on at the Barrie Granite Museum. And also on Saturday, one of the big things, the emergency flood tire recycling event. Dick Wabi was in here yesterday talking about it an awful lot. Pretty much the whole show we were talking about it. And other things. But it was nice to have him in here. It is going to be an opportunity for you to get your flood-related tires recycled at no cost from 8 to 4 on Saturday at the Granite Museum in Barrie. Yes, Sundub, Roxy. Mr. Massey and I are going to be at Sundub tonight. My buddy Chuck is going to be coming whether he realizes it or not. Sundub is a reggae band out of Brooklyn, New York. And they love Vermont. This will be their third performance in Vermont this summer, and it is going to be amazing. Doors at 7. Tickets, you can get them right there at the doors, and the show starts tonight at 8 o'clock. It is going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait. And I might even say this. It is possible that I might be a little late tomorrow. I'm going to try to be on time, but I may not. I may be A, late, B, not looking good. And I'm just going to say that right now. Just put that out there right now. Tomorrow, before I forget, the ladies' ride this weekend, Sue and the girls are going to be on the air with us tomorrow morning. It is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. You know, and I know that this is an amazing time of year. September is it's a gear shift. It's a time when sports enthusiasts start to get worked up. They start thinking about what's up and coming for the winter. They get excited as hell, and it's not just football. It's basketball also. And Lori Shepard and CB from the Four Quarters podcast are two of several that are just so worked up about football, especially. And they're talking fantasy football, and oh my God, they're all on about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, everyone is, and they're just so worked up about it. So worked up about it. And they are desperately trying to teach me as much as they can possibly teach me about football. And I, it's like you get people like Sherilyn who are, they're excited about, we start, what is it called? Nesting. We get excited about baking and cooking and, just hunkering down for the winter. Then there's sports freaks like Shep and CB who are all they want to do is sit and watch football. And Logan is one of them. Logan, you with me, buddy? Are you with me, pal?
Hey, JD.
Hey,
yeah, I'm here with you.
Brother, listen, in just my brief chat with you yesterday, I know that you are a sports aficionado, man. You are just... You're dialed in so tight to what's going on in sports. And like I'm sure Raylene told you yesterday, you're going to be teaching us as much as you can, along with Shep, about sports. Now, the big things are Sunday night football, Monday night football, and Thursday night football. Do I have that right?
Yep, that is correct.
Yes. See, I'm off to a great start, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this start. Honestly, you're doing great.
So far, I'm doing great. And I know, I know Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback, and I know that he tore one of the most hyped up quarterbacks all summer. I know he tore his Achilles tendon on was it the fourth snap of the game?
It was the fourth snap. Yep. So he got 3 plays in. All 3 plays, he was sacked. His O line just failed him. There's, I watched that first quarter actually, and I just remember watching him getting sacked over and over, and then it was right when he got he was laying on the ground, and they were like, I think he's injured. Was like. I mean, yeah, the guy got hit 3 times, and then the fourth time is that's not good. But yeah, he got pulled from the clip of him getting tackled and everything. He got tackled in a very awkward. It was a very awkward pull down. Like he got dragged down kind of by his legs, and it looked like by the way he fell, he just landed very awkwardly on his leg, and it was pretty evident. And then for his age and everything, it makes a lot of sense why it was so, it happened so, quickly. It's just because a quarterback of his caliber, it's just and yeah, he was hyped. His summer was super hyped. And I honestly thought he was going to, everyone thought the Jets were going to be a great team this year. And I still think they can be. Like Zach Wilson's, the backup quarterback, they still won the game. So, I mean, they still beat the Bills, which is impressive considering the Bills are considered a top 5 team. So for them to still, win the game still makes them, look good. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers being out is not a good look. And also how much money they gave him. They're giving him a big contract. And it's like that money is going out the door for the Jets, company, because he's out for the entire season. He's done. Like they confirmed that a couple hours after, I want to say the morning after the game. So Monday morning, they kind of announced that he was out for the entire season. Like he's done.
So what will he receive now for money? There's got to be something in the contract. I mean, obviously,
yeah. So how the contracts, give or take, obviously he's gonna get He's gonna get whatever he was promised for. I don't know. I can look real quick. I don't know his contract on the top of my head, like how many years and everything. But I think if I remember correctly, he signed a 4 year for quite a lot of money. Actually, I think because I think what happened was I think that when the Jets traded for him, they picked up his contract that the Packers had originally gave him, and if I remember correctly, the Packers gave him like a 4 year for like well over $200 million. So he's making a lot of money, and he's gonna get whatever his 1 year is, even though he's injured. He's gonna get it because it's a contract.
Unbelievable.
So he's still getting the money. Yep. So let's see. 3 years for $112 million. So yeah, and that this contract is good till 2025. So he's gonna be probably making easily $30 million just being out for the entire season.
To sit on the couch and eat wings with ranch dressing.
Pretty much, yeah. Sitting on the couch watching the games from his house, he's making $30 million easily.
What about one of the questions I had for you this morning, Logan, is what happens with Zach Wilson? Do you think there's something in his contract that says, and I know I'm a dumbass with sports, and maybe I should know this already, but I mean, is there something in his contract that says, hey, if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt and I have to be the full-time quarterback, my salary gets upped?
No. So actually, I wish that was the case, but no. I think so. How contracts work is obviously as a contract is like it's kind of like what you sign up for is kind of what you sign up for. So like you could I would assume his contract's low considering he's still a rookie, or not a rookie, but he was drafted a couple of years ago. So I think he's still on his rookie contract. So he'll probably get an extension either this year or be offered either a contract either this year or next year. But as of right now, he's riding on his rookie contract. But no, you could. I mean, I think there's negotiating. I think negotiating with your team is always available. But when it comes to a rookie contract, you kind of are stuck on whatever, that contract is. And like I said, I'm pretty positive this is his second or third season. So I don't think he has been offered an actual non-rookie contract just yet. But with how if he plays like how he played on Sunday against the Bills, or not Sunday, sorry, Monday, it was Monday night's game. But if he plays how he did against the Bills,
he'll be all right
for the rest of the season. He'll be the Jets will be just fine because considering, like I said, the Bills are I'd say a top 5 team this season. And so for at least coming into the season, top 5. So for them to still beat a team as good as Josh Allen and the Bills is still very impressive. And so if he can continue playing like that, then he might, maybe he'll stay on the team. I don't know. I mean, and for Aaron Rodgers, I would assume, well, it depends on how he comes. If he comes back, that's the question people are asking is will he come back? Because not only is he's an older quarterback. Obviously, he's actually considered the oldest quarterback in the game right now. But he also will he even come back is the question. Because he could choose to straight up retire and then take whatever money was, because in contracts there's a guaranteed amount of money, so there's a small amount of money that you're guaranteed, so he could always just straight up retire and then take whatever money he was guaranteed for retirement and everything.
Fascinating.
It is very, because it's hard to explain, but in every contract, there's a small amount of money that's guaranteed. So even if the contract gets terminated or something happens to the contract, it's you're still guaranteed that small amount of money.
Tell me about.
Well, not as.
Yeah. No, unbelievable. I'm learning so much. Tell me about tonight's matchup.
So tonight's matchup is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Vikings. I'm actually excited for this game because this is a game that looks tight, because. If you looked at the Eagles and Patriots game, which honestly I'm surprised if it was that close. At least I'll talk about that in a second. But the Vikings and Eagles, I think is going to be a great matchup. I'm excited. I think if I were to predict who's going to come out on top, I think it's going to be a close game. But I definitely think the Eagles have a really high chance still with how amazing that offense and defense is. I mean, you've got Jalen Hurts, who honestly was a quarterback that was drafted a couple years ago, and nobody thought anything of him. I didn't think anything of him. I thought he was going to be some guy that's going to end up being a second string at some point on a whole other team. But he ended up being a lot better than people expected. So he's been, amazing quarterback. Obviously, they went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. I mean, they lost, but to get there, it's pretty impressive. So with the team they still have, and, they drafted really well too. They had a lot of really good young, big guys for like that defensive end, like the big line. So I'm excited to see that because not only did they upgrade their defense, which was something they lacked a little bit last year, it's like now that they have a somewhat little bit more stable defensive line, it's like now it's like with that offense and now that defense, it's like who knows, they could win it all. They could.
Yeah.
But they definitely are looking great. So like I said, I think the Eagles are going to win tonight. But the Vikings, I can't undershine the Vikings though. The Vikings played against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and that game was very close the whole time. That was a very, well kept game. The Vikings played honestly a lot better than I was expecting. I mean, and they still got talent. Like they've got players. So it's like, I think they definitely have a chance to keep it close. But like, I think the Eagles are just going to come out on top just because they have that team. They just have such a better team, just, chemistry, all that other stuff. It's like, I just don't see, I see it very hard. Like, I think the Vikings are going to fight. They're definitely going to fight today, unless the Eagles played like they did against the Patriots towards the end of the game, then maybe the Vikings will just, run through them. But yeah, cause like I said before, the Eagles, I wish they had, they started off well, 17-0 against the Patriots, and then they finished the game by 25-20. And it's like, so from the first quarter, because they started off hot, 17-0 in the first quarter. And then pretty much from the fourth quarter, second quarter, third, and fourth quarter, they only managed 8 points, which is not a good look, especially against the Patriots. And no disrespect to the Patriots, but the Patriots do not have the best. I would say don't have the best team this year. They don't have. It's not that they're not. I wouldn't say they're the worst team, but they definitely don't have the team. Obviously, they had with Tom Brady and that era.
Oh yeah.
But definitely not. That era that's gone. At least I would say for the time being, I'd say that era is gone for sure.
A lot of chat about Mac Jones, man. A lot of chat about him.
Mac Jones. I gotta say, Mac Jones. He's a great quarterback. But the problem is, I would say, from a perspective, the Patriots don't build around him. And that's what I find to be the biggest pain is he's a great quarterback. But the problem is now them adding Ezekiel Elliott from the Cowboys this year, picking him up, that was a great move because they've been desperate in the running back game for quite some time. But the problem is they don't have a lot of great receivers.
Yeah.
Their receivers are very bare minimal. And so to me, it's like, you've got to build around him and you've got to give him someone or either someone who is some veteran who has, the talent to build around him as a quarterback, or you've got to draft a young wide receiver or something because you need something because I from every game that I've ever watched of the Patriots of the last since Tom Brady's left, it's just it's a little I feel bad for Mac Jones because also that offensive line needs to be improved too. That offensive line has not been, last year he didn't have a good time, not a good time. He was getting sacked quite a bit. So he's an amazing quarterback. It's just they gotta for their offense at least. Their defense is not bad. But for their offense to start soaring and start flying, they've got to actually build around Mac Jones because Mac Jones, I would say, is in comparison to a lot of the quarterbacks right now, he is still up there. He's a really great quarterback. He's got great field general skills. He's got good legs. He's a good quarterback. He just needs to be built around. There is nobody to help him really. I mean, he's got Hunter Henry at the tight end position, which I think is a great, a great start. But like that, they got him. This is his second season on the team. It's like, you got him 2 years ago. Okay,
Yeah.
who's besides Ezekiel Elliott? Who else is? They're not giving. That's the thing. The Patriots aren't giving him the tools to succeed, and so I would say I think the Patriots are going to have a solid season, but I don't. It's like unless they actually like somehow just break out, or unless they grab someone halfway through the season to like help Mac Jones, I feel the Patriots are going to have a very rough season if that's the case.
Logan
If that's the
Luce,
case, yeah,
thank you ever so much, man.
yeah,
I'll tell you what, brother. We appreciate you. We look forward to our relationship with you, and we can't wait to have you on Four Quarters
yeah,
podcast with Lori Shepard.
yeah. No, sounds awesome.
This is going to be amazing. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much. What a great guy. Damn, does he know his stuff? Holy crap. Whew. Wow. Wow. So again, Eagles Vikings tonight. We're going to check in right now with Mr. Carl Rinker and find out all the details. And this guy has been so busy with this art splash and the big auction that's taken place this weekend. This is something that has been talked about for months now. And Carl is the brainchild of everything. Carl Rinker, good morning, buddy.
Well, I'm not here. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. We know that this is it, man. The time has come. If you want to get one of these art pieces for the art splash, this weekend is it, man. This is it. Tomorrow, you're going to be just buried. You're going to be so busy. So we are very appreciative of you hopping on with us this morning.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you for having us on. It's a beautiful day here in Vermont, and I'm just so excited about this project. We've been having a lot of fun with it.
We already have a question right out of the chute. The starting bids are $500 for these art pieces.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right.
That gets us started.
All right. So what time is everything going to commence here on Saturday, Carl?
Oh, great. Thank you for asking. The viewing starts at 2:00 with free hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
And that'll last until 2:50, and then we'll introduce a couple people.
Yep.
The incoming president of Rotary will just say a couple words, and then the bidding starts at 3:00.
Perfect. And this is something that doesn't happen every year. This is we've missed a year, so this is like going to be an every other year type thing. So if you love one of those art pieces, and you really love it, and you want to own it, you want to have it in your home or in your garage or in your shop or in your studio, this is the time to get in on it, bring some money, and get ready to not only help out the Rotary Club, but also you're going to get a one of a kind, literally a one of a kind art piece.
What's interesting is that there's a lot of places where you could put one of these art pieces.
Sure.
For example, if you have some gardens around your home, wouldn't one of those frogs look kind of neat right
Amazing.
Down there amongst your flowers?
Yeah, incredible. And they're made to be outdoors. They're designed with the product to take the sun, to take the rain, to take a beating from Mother Nature.
Exactly. So can you imagine one of those dancing bears greeting your customers in your store?
Incredible. It'll be there forever. Carl, what about the artists? Will they be there?
Some artists will be there. I've been told that. I don't know for sure. Believe it or not, some artists purposely don't go to an auction when their art is up for auction. I don't know if they get a little nervous or what the situation is during the bidding, but I have been told by quite a few artists that they will be there, and I know from last time quite a few artists were there. And shortly, I'm going to announce the winners of the People's All Around Choice. So we'll get into that in a minute. But just before that, I'd mention people can come on down. It's at the Vermont Granite Museum. And as I said, the viewing starts at 2, and we're going to have a nice table with hors d'oeuvres on it. They're free. The admission is $20 to get in at the door. And folks from Quarry Restaurant will be catering that. And I know they'll have some wonderful food, and they'll also have a cash bar. Another exciting thing is that when it comes to the race cars, the old coupes, those are exciting, and I admit some of the older people remember those coupes from when they raced at Thunder Road and Catamount and Waterford and other racetracks. But we're going to have 2 of the original coupes that raced at Thunder Road back in the 60s in the building.
Oh my God!
Is that exciting?
Damn. If you can get something done, I mean, if anyone needs to get something done, it's going to be Carl Rinker. I mean, you don't take no for an answer, buddy.
I've got a fellow bringing the 3J car up from the White River Junction area. He's had it for a while. He's restored it. It's a beautiful car. And the replica model, if you will, was on the street all summer, said 3J on it, driven by Paul Martel. And he's going to bring that car up tomorrow, put it in the museum so people will be able to go in there and see it. They'll be able to take pictures with it. They'll be able to actually get inside of it, which is a lot of fun. I know a lot of kids love to get in the race cars. And then the second car will be Lloyd Hutchins' car, the Pappy Forsyth car, the number 46 car. And the other thing is all these cars are autographed by the drivers if they're still alive. So some are and some are not. So that's kind of exciting. So that's a big deal in the Granite Museum to see those. So people should come down even if they can't bid, and come on in, have some hors d'oeuvres, and look around and be part of the fun of the auction. It's exciting. We have a professional auctioneer, and Eric Hudson from the St. Johnsbury area. He did it 2 years ago, and he will definitely do a great job with the auction. He's fun to listen to, and it makes it really exciting. The other thing, back to why we only do it every other year. People ask about that. You just mentioned it. We're working on the project about a year and a half before the project takes place.
Sure.
So it would be very difficult to squeeze 2 in 1. For example, if we were going to do it in 2024 and have them on display, we would have been working on it starting in July, getting sponsors, getting artists, lining up the manufacturers, lining up which products we're going to have on display. So there's a lot of things that happen there.
Some of these art items, Carl, are going to be in greater demand than others. I don't know what the record is for the highest bid, but some people are going to be continuing to bid on some of these items. I mean, this number 71 car, Bobby Dragon, we already got a comment about that this morning. What if folks are not able to be there, but they really want to win, or not win, but they want to win the auction for one of these particular art items?
Thank you for asking, JD. I appreciate that. We have 3 ways to bid. One is live, like we just talked about, and then there's 2 other ways that you can bid called off-premise. The first one is I can have a stand-in bidder for someone. So what you have to do is go to our Barrie Rotary Club website, and the address for that is barrievtrotary.org. And there's 2 forms at the top of the website, right in the main menu. The first one says stand-in bidder form, and then the second one is a Zoom call bidder form. So they fill out the form, and they say, I want to bid on number such and such, and I'm willing to bid up to $5,000. And they put a credit card number down on there, their name and address, and then I have a stand-in bidder. I tell the stand-in bidder that you're going to be bidding on item number such and such, and you can keep on bidding until you reach this figure. And they don't actually even know who the bidder is. The stand-in bidder doesn't know who the bidder is. In fact, I don't tell anybody that information. I just keep that to myself. And then the second way is fill out the form for the Zoom call, and they can go on the Zoom call around 2:30 and sign in, just like a regular Zoom call that anybody would do on their computer or their phone. And we have a very large TV screen on the stage. The auctioneer will always be looking at that TV screen as well as the audience. So people just take a piece of paper at home, put down the number of the art item they want to bid on, and then when they want to bid, they just hold that up. The auctioneer sees it, and he will accept their bid just as if they were right there in the audience. For some reason, if he misses it, we also have a spotter behind him watching that screen, and that's their sole purpose on the stage, is to watch that screen, make sure that the auctioneer knows that somebody online is bidding. So once again, they can get those forms on their website, which is barryvtrotary.org, and just download them, print the buggers out, fill them out, and then send them back to me. The address is on there. And if you don't have a convenient way to send them back to me, just take a picture of them with your phone and send it to me that way. So it's just super exciting.
I know you're tight on time, Carl, this morning, but who won the People's Choice? Who won the People's Choice Awards award, and how much money was raised from this fundraiser for the Rotary 2 years ago?
Okay, I'll answer the last question first. We brought in exactly $40,000 at the auction 2 years ago. 10% of that went to the artists, which was $10,000. They actually got 25% of the total, so 10% of 40 would be 10. This year, the artists are going to get 30% of high bid.
Wow.
So that's exciting, because keep in mind, the artists worked all winter on these art items.
Sure.
They did not get reimbursed in any way. So once their art item is sold, they will get 30% of that. So let's move on to the winners of the People's Choice Award. 5 categories: your top all-around favorite, the most artistic, the most original, makes you smile, and looks like the most work. And for folks that didn't know, there was some ballots in the stores on the main street that people could have voted on those, and then they just put them in the cans in the stores. So let's start off with the last one. Looks like the most work. That one is the number 23, Mr. Perkins Peace Cat. And that's the first place by Cynthia Christensen. She is the artist. So that's the Peace Cat that was down in front of the Kitty Corner Cafe. Pretty exciting, isn't it?
Very, very. That was the category of looks like the most work?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The number 23, Mr. Perkins Peace Cat.
Yes. Kind of a neat thing there, because her grandfather was the sponsor. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There's a young lady that was collaborating with Cynthia Christensen, and her name was B. Bullitt. So let's back up. B. Bullitt's grandfather lives in Virginia, but he has a home in Calais. He was the sponsor. And his granddaughter lives in Manhattan, and he wanted to have her help out to decorate the cat. And she was going to come to Vermont and do it, but because of some other activities and some conflicts, she wasn't able to physically come. But she worked with Cynthia Christensen, who was a local artist, to collaborate with Cynthia on what the cat would be named, how the cat would be decorated, et cetera, et cetera. So Cynthia Christensen is the artist in collaboration with B. Bullitt.
Got it. All right. What's the other one? Nature's Smile?
The next one is Makes You Smile. I'm moving up the list from the bottom. And that one is number 26, Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know if you remember Pooh or not, but Pooh was the one with the butterflies on it.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's the first place, and that's by Prudence Fisher Burns. And that is just an awesome, awesome, awesome bear. Just lots of characters on there. You may remember when we did the walk around, you showed the camera on all the art items.
It was one of my favorites. So creative.
That's Makes You Smile. That one, I'm guessing, will go for some pretty good dollars. I do have a little inside information. I know there's going to be a stand-in bidder for that one, and I know how much they're willing to bid.
Wow.
So it's going to be exciting. We'll see how it plays out, right?
What's the highest bid you've ever seen an art piece go for?
Well, I know for sure that the Powder Hound went for $1,750 2 years ago, and that was the dog with the skis.
Yes. Yes.
So I know that for sure, but somehow I think there was maybe a race car that went for more than that, but I can't remember that. But I just know definitely one went for $1,750 2 years ago.
Boy, that Pooh Bear would be amazing in a kids section of a library. I mean, so many of these pieces would. I mean, it's just unreal.
Or in the lobby of a zoo. I mean, there's 100 places you could put these things.
Of course,
So
Carl.
the
Thank
next
you.
one,
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
next one, most original,
Yep.
most original. And this one is number 35, and the name is Chef Porchetta. Can you remember which one it is?
No.
Chef Porchetta. Don't want to put you on the spot there, but Chef Porchetta is a pig, and it's pink, and it's got a fork in its mouth. It's got a chef's hat on,
Yes.
and it was out there near where the jewelry store used to be. It's
Yep.
close to the bicycle shop now,
Yes.
and that was first place for most original by Pam Murphy.
Way to go,
Pretty exciting.
Pam. Wow. And you know what? Thanks to everybody for partaking in voting for the People's Choice Awards. There were cards printed up. They were in several different businesses up and down North Main Street, and we appreciate people taking the time to fill out, those cards and select their favorites.
Yes, we certainly do. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate all the help we've had all summer. People may have noticed we were washing the yard items Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We had a lot of volunteers doing that.
Yes, you did.
The Northfield Savings Bank had their employees come out and wash them once a week. Just a ton of people helped washing them, which is important to keeping our community clean and in nice shape.
And we thank them. We thank all of the sponsors. We thank all of the businesses that have been involved, and mostly the Rotary Club for doing this great fundraiser. And you guys are such an integral part of our community, and we love you and appreciate everything that the Rotary does.
Well, thank you very much. So let's jump right into most artistic.
Yep.
Number 27, drum roll. Chuck Berry, first place by Jim Thompson.
Yes.
Chuck Berry. For those of you at home, Chuck Berry was a dancing bear. He had a guitar, and he was just a beautiful bear out in front of Nelson's Ace Hardware all summer long. In fact, Nelson's was the sponsor of that bear. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes. Very cool. Jim Thompson, he kicks ass, man. He's such a great guy.
Yes, he is.
He really is.
So exciting to talk to, and just always upbeat, and just a great guy.
That's what we love about him.
Yep, let's jump right into your top all-around favorite. Number 23, Mr. Perkins Peace Cat, first place. Cynthia Christensen again. So she won in 2 categories, just like Powderhound did 2 years ago. Powderhound won in 2 categories. So there you have it. Those are the People's Choice Award winners for 2023.
Wow. Carl, thank you ever so much.
Yep, thank you. I've got to run to a meeting, and we'll see everybody at the auction at 2 o'clock. The last thing I want to leave with, don't forget to come 2 Saturdays to the Rotary Breakfast on the library lawn, 7:30 to 10 o'clock.
Yes, thank you, Carl, so much. Yeah, the Heritage Festival is going to be here before you know it. Next weekend. Wow, already. And I was speaking last night with Chris Daggs. He is so excited about performing Saturday night. He is just on top of the moon. Cannot wait to make his trip to the Granite City to perform Saturday night. And we'll be up there on stage introducing him. And we are equally as excited. Not only by the lineup of entertainment and all the food and just the music and just everything, but excited and happy about the fact that that storm on July 10th did not completely take the Heritage Festival away from us, reminding us all that we are Vermont Strong and that it will take place next weekend. Unbelievable. We're I don't know if you can see the smile on my face, but we are just so happy about it. It'll be here before you know it, and there's going to be so much going on. We're going to be talking about it all next week to get you geared up for the Heritage Festival. Quick note here: I was not part of the forum last night at the Opera House, but I hope that it went well, and I'm sure we'll be talking a little bit about it tomorrow. And I'm sure that Raylene has probably posted some stuff up on Facebook about it as well on her page. I haven't noticed yet, but if you were in attendance last night, thank you for being there. Tomorrow night, you may recall not too long ago, Mark Shelton was on the air with us. He's always amazing on the air and an amazing performer, and we just love chatting with him. And it was a great podcast episode. Tomorrow night at 7:00, he'll be performing at the Heading United Methodist Church right here in the Granite City. An absolutely free performance and something that you should attend. Whether or not you're an Elvis fan or not, you should be there. He also does some great Roy Orbison too. So check him out. Mark Shelton, tomorrow night, 7:00 at the Heading United Methodist Church here in Barrie. And get to the Tunbridge Fair this year if you can. I can't remember how many years it is. I don't know, 138 or something like that. It's just a long time. Long time. We reached out to the Tunbridge Fair, by the way, and tried to get someone on, but they are just buried. They're just so busy. It was, of course we understand. Ladies' Ride this weekend. Again, don't forget Sue and the girls, including the beneficiary of this year, going to be on the air with us tomorrow morning. Trending right now in the Vermont News, Colchester Police made the decision to shut down all Colchester schools today after police received a threat against Colchester Middle School last night. And police are working closely with the Colchester School District safety team to create a plan to keep students and staff safe. They say out of an abundance of caution and to allow them the proper time to investigate, they're closing all Colchester schools for the day. The nature of the threat was not disclosed, but again, that is a trending story this morning, big time. So, what else is happening? And we'll post all of this stuff up, though. UVM police investigating reports of a suspicious activity with a male driver. We posted up a little bit about that already, but we'll post some more, as well as this new historic program investing over $50 million into the housing crisis. There is a lot going on. And I leave you this morning with a question of the day. And I don't know how well this is going to go over. You know that we generally don't really dive too deep into politics here on Aired Out. However, with that said, I just have to ask this morning. And I'm going to post it up here in a second. Just give me a few minutes and I'll post it up. What's going to happen in 2024 if Joe Biden and Donald Trump are both impeached? What say you about that? I want to know. Okay? Okay. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Get to the Tunbridge Fair if you can today. The weather's going to be stellar. We'll catch you soon. Love y'all. Bye-bye.